Are you made for the Mamba mentality? Do you learn from your mistakes? Can you draw strength from your failures? Are you willing to suffer for your dreams? That's the Mamba mentality, the continual quest to be great. So if you think you have what it takes, it's time to get started.
Kobe Bryant, he would talk about the Black Mamba. So he created a superhero version of himself, right?
What?
So I
didn't know that.
Yeah, so I personally did the same thing.
I knew what Black Mamba is, but I never knew that was what it was.
Yeah, so the Black Mamba is one of the deadliest snakes in the world, and what he ended up doing is he said he's a father, he's a husband, you know, and he's a basketball player. So for him, when he would be playing basketball, when he's practicing basketball, he wanted something tangible to be able to turn on. So then he knew what zone he would get in, and he'd be in that same zone every time. So that's when the Black Mamba was created, and, you know, the Mamba mentality was created.
What I am when I step on that court is, you know, I become that. You know, I am that killer snake. You know, and I'm stone cold, man.
So every superhero, they're basically the best version of themselves, right? So for him, he was like, okay, this tangible detail, what I'm going to do when I go to the basketball court is I'm going to be the best possible version of myself when I'm practicing and when I'm on the court, right? So he knew tangibly he could turn that on whenever he stepped on the basketball court.
The idea is a very simple one. And, you know, the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you know, you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest.
There's many other examples of this. Singh created Superwoman, right? And now when she performs, she goes into Superwoman, right? Beyonce, she calls it Sasha Fierce. That's her superhero. So when she's performing, she tunes into tangibly Sasha Fierce, and she turns that on. For me, MEDspiration. MEDspiration inspired me through medical school. So when I would be struggling with step 1 or struggling with step 2 CK, which are the board exams for the United States medical licensing exam, getting down on myself, me always knowing that I had a tangible superhero inside of me, I would just turn that on and be like, nope, you know, this is a job that Nav can't do, but, you know, there's nothing that MEDspiration can't handle. So you know what? I'm going to turn off Nav now, and I'm just going to let MEDspiration shine and watch me shine through any obstacle that comes in my way, right? And this tangible detail in life, it could be applied all across the board. And when it is, you will access the best parts of yourself and bring into light the highest vision of yourself. And that's also possible for all humans out there.
Dude, this freaking fired me up right now. I'm like ready to freaking bust out of my window and go run a mile.
Right.
Dude, the reason this fired me up so much is because honestly I didn't know this, but I've been doing that. I'm gonna share something that's kind of weird, but so I've created like this like ultimate version of myself in my head that like I revisit and like think of myself, like I'll like close my eyes and like think about myself like as the ultimate version of myself in 10 years and like what that looks like. And like when I close my eyes, it's this dude, it's pretty ripped and bald and wearing a white shirt and like driving like a pretty cool car, wearing sunglasses, and then also wearing a white coat and like helping a bunch of people. And then just walking confident, walking clearly with purpose. Like that's just this dude that I imagine when I close my eyes. And I get so inspired when I do that. I didn't know that other people did that too. I thought it was just weird.
That's visualization. So cool. That's a simple tool of visualization, because like what you think, you become. So, you know, when we feed into imagining the best version of ourselves, we start feeding into that. And The reason I choose that every time is because I could also very easily start feeding into the worst version of myself and get really negative and down on my life, right? So for me, having a tangible, like, where am I? Oh, am I like focusing on the worst parts of my life right now? Am I like not gracious for all I've been given? Let me tangibly go back to that highest vision of myself in the future, that because I feed into that, like, you literally will become that, what you think you become, Buddha.
Yeah.
He said that himself, right? So that's
Yeah.
Philosophically sound, I would say.
That's awesome, man. Dude, I want to give you a hug right now.
I think it's just, it's just a matter of what's important to you. And what's important to you. For whatever reason, I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. Right? So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it, because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be.